Good evening. Can you hear me now? Good evening. Sorry for my camera quality. The NEPA just took the light. And I don't have a way of coming online again. Okay, so quickly we'll just be diving right to it because of time. So I'm just going to, before we begin, share the link to the Q&A for the week one teaching. Okay, am I still echoing? I don't think I am. Sorry, am I still echoing? Okay, okay. So quickly, I'll be sharing the link to the Q&A. So we'll go through it as we do this live session. Okay, I just dropped it now. So we'll just this is basically like a revision class to talk about what we learned from the week one video, which we all should have watched. Oh, you've already done it. That's very, very nice, Akande Tosin. That's very, very nice and proactive of you. So this session is just to note any question and answer and just like a brief review, if we have any from from the week one from the week one teaching. So I'm open here to listening to every question we have. So if there's any question, you can just quickly type it into the comment section and we dive into it before we'll just do a brief recap and we are good for the day. Okay, are you guys still with me? Are you guys still with me? Okay, after watching the week one video, I want to see if I can apply same knowledge into events planning. Okay, that's a very nice question. So the thing is this project management is like something we should use in our everyday life. Like I try to mention in that. So sorry for my video. NEPA just took the lights while I was testing and so we just have to do it that way. So as I was saying, project management is something we should use in an everyday life. I'm a civil engineer by study, and there's a part of construction where you actually do project management as your masters in course. So I feel yes, you should be able to apply the knowledge of project management into event planning as it would make you seem systematical. It will make your work even more organized and more presentable, and it will help you in people's management more. Because with the knowledges and the skills and everything we talked about in project management, in this knowing your stakeholders and everything, you'll be able to relate with your who gives you an event to plan, maybe for a birthday party. Let's say you're contracted to host a birthday party, and yeah, the people you are working with, the cook, the chef, the people that are serving meal. I don't know a lot of events planning, the decorators and everything. You'll be able to work with them well. You'll be able to utilize every human resource you have with the minimum time you are able to deliver such projects. So yes, definitely, project management would work very well in event planning and basically in every aspect of our lives that we go through. So thank you for that question, Akande Tosin. Yeah. So is there any question, any other question? I'm still holding on for your questions. That is the essence of this life. You're welcome. So is there any question? Yes, we could go forward now. Any question and contribution? I'm also open to your contributions. If you have any concerning the recon, because nobody's an island of knowledge. So I'm hoping and waiting on. And I want everyone to please answer that. That's the assessment for week one. So I'm going to drop the link again for people most likely don't just joining. I think they should see it, but I'll keep re-dropping it for us to be able, for those who have not seen it, to assess and answer it. And let's see, this is our way of keeping check and assessing. Good evening, Miss or Mr. Permanent. It's so getting him. Sorry for the pronunciation of your name. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I had to mute for a minute. Sorry. I had to sort out something. Just finished yours. Oh, that's very, very fine. So, any question? Miss Farida. Good evening, Mr. Binga. You are welcome. Although you are late, but you are welcome. Okay, it will go from 7. It's just supposed to be brief actually. So there's no like a fixed time. So if we could wrap up even before 7:20, that's very fine. There's no fixed time. We are just here to answer your questions, do a brief summary and held on to it. So there's no like a fixed time for this. So as soon as we are good, we are done. Most definitely. So we are not going to be wasting a lot of time here. Good evening, Ma Osa. You're welcome. Okay, you have another question. I'm with you, Mr. Akinadi Tosin. I hope I'm pronouncing it and I hope you're in male. So I'm not doing a mistake here. How can we get the course material? Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so I'll be sending, okay, forgive me for that. I'll be sending a note from, okay, when I'm done, when we are probably at week 5 or week 6, I'll send a comprehensive note from week 1 to week 6 because I think I started drafting it, but I'm yet to finish it. So I'll send in a week 1 to week note. So please just keep me reminded about this. Probably when we are in week 5 or week 6, I'll send a comprehensive note which would work. So sorry, I'll do that soon. Thank you, Mrs. Iri. I should expatiate on Scrum methodology. Are we there yet? Is Scrum what am I saying? Methodology part of the week 1? Are we sure? I think that's a week 3 topic. So we'd have to wait till we get there. So we don't rush it. But it is part of our week 3 course. So we'd have to chill out. But just to use, just for a brief explanation, it's just used to manage complex projects and project actually. It just break them down into smaller and manageable bits. Say you are asked to build a house. You're given you're given a full project to build a house here. Okay, it was in the Q&A. Oh, sorry. Oh, I did not open my. It has been a while I did that Q&A. Okay, so let me just break down on it. Now, Scrum methodology is just like breaking down a project. Let's say you asked to build a house. Okay, I will come back to your question, please, Tosin. Let me just finish on this Scrum methodology. Now, it is used to just break down projects into smaller and manageable units, which are called sprints. If I can, yes, they are called sprints. Now, you break focus on incremental delivery, so it allows team to adapt to requirement and deliver value faster. So the key things in this is it divides the project into time boxed iteration called sprints, like I mentioned. It's typically 1 to 4 weeks. That's like the official time frame, which is typically 1 to 4 weeks, where a specific set of tasks is complete. So we say maybe we're building in house here, and the expected time of delivery of the structure is supposed. Wow, tell us more about project management and structure. Okay, I'm coming, please. Tell us. Okay, now let's say you are given a structure to build, yeah, and it's supposed to take you 6 months to complete a structure. Now, the best thing you can do if you want to use the Scrum process is this: you break down your project into bits, into stages. You say, okay, in stage 1 to 4, I should have been done in building. In week 1 to 4, sorry, I should be done with the building. By week 4 to 6 months is about 4 times 6, 24 weeks. Okay. So from week 4 to 8, I should be done with the rendering and the mechanical aspects of the house. So what it simply means is you just break down your work. into smaller bit by bit, so it does not seem, sorry, I need to see this, so it does not seem too jam packed, so you could use it, you could be able to achieve it. Explain the methodology. Okay, that's what I'm currently explaining. Although I'm still trying to check my notes, it's not supposed to be in your Q&A. It's a week 3 topic. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, so I'll still teach it in week 3, but since you are here, I could just talk about it. So basically, it just breakdowns this thing. It's based on some few core values, which is commitment. So when you break down your job, you are committed to finishing this stage of the job at a particular period of time. It helps you focus. The Scrum helps you focus on the goal you set. So I said to finish rendering a house in a week. So since that's the only thing I'm doing at that week, I'll be so focused in doing it and achieve it. Now, it also talks about respect and courage, which are just basic of the code, but basically, it's just more of division of labor. That's what the Scrum methodology talk about. But we're going to expatiate on it when we get to Agile Project Management with Scrum, which I'm very sure should be week 3 by my notes. So we'll still talk about it later. So this is just like a reason. So I'm so sorry it's in your Q&A because it was not supposedly part of the video I made for week 1. I'm not sure, but I think it should not be. Now, we'll just did that answer your question for now? That's Miss Farida or Mr. Farida. I don't even know. So that we could move to the next question. I'm so sorry. Does that answer your question, Mr. Farida? Before we move to the next question. Okay, you are not replying now. So I'll just continue my chat. I'm just reading the chat box. Oh, you guessed the answer, you got it right. That's very nice and very good for you. You're doing your research. I'm happy about that. So sorry about it. I'll still teach on it later. Also, sorry, Kochuku Helen. I probably did it by mistake. So I'll teach on it later. Now, the next question here is, in project management, do you have enough form? Please let me read the chat box for my phone. I'm not even seeing my system clearly. In project, my YouTube. So sorry. So reply this. Okay. So your question is, in project management, do you have any form you give your clients in which both of you have signed to serve an agreement on what both parties agree to work on? Yes, this is a nice question, which is also ahead of its time, which we'll talk about. But yeah, just for this question. Now, there's something called the project client acceptance and sign-off form. Now, technically, every contract, everything you do in life professionally has a bit of contract, either a MOU, a memorandum, yes, called memorandum of understanding, or a formal document, tender document, anything. So there's something we call a project client acceptance and sign off form. This formally closes a project and sign off. This formally, sorry, closes a project and obtain client approval. So this means this form is signed. It's signed when when after you do your bidding. We talked about the initiation phase in this week 1, if I'm not mistaken. So after your initiation phase have been approved and you'll be given the go ahead, you sign this form to show so that you can have like a bidding document for future references to show that your client committed to these steps, to these processes, to this bill provided to him to take up this project you're about to embark on. So yes, there's a form you sign. It is called project client acceptance and sign off. And we'll also talk about it during our week 15 and week 16. That's the concluding videos of the class. Yes. So that's one question again. Please explain agile methodology. Are we not going ahead of ourselves? Should we not just leave? Okay, Mrs. or Mr. Sorry, I don't know which edit are they. So this agile methodology should be in our week 2 or week 3 video, which you would get to watch in due course, so that I don't have to repeat myself and have to keep going back on one particular thing. So project management is not that big. We are just breaking it down for easier comprehension. So the things are step by step, and so we don't get ahead of ourselves. We'll have to come back to agile methodology and we'll do that. Now you're welcome, Akin Nadi Tosin. Now the next question. Tell us more about project management and earning potential and things like that. Wow, that's a strong question. Now, project management can be done in every phase, every job, every job. What did I put it now? Every job, every career path. You can do project management in construction. You can do project management in crypto. You can do project management in people that does Web3. I believe there are people here who do Web3. You can do project management in Web3. You can do project management in let's see, in basically anything actually, because project management is just like being a leader and taking course of taking lead of a project or an event. Just like she mentioned, if we could use it in events planning, which I said we can. We use project management professionally in the engineering field. There's always a project manager. And if you go to LinkedIn and you just Google project managers, you see each major organizations have their project manager in a team in a sorry, what's this? In a project they are doing within the company. So recently, I and my friend were talking. He's a Web3 person, and he was showing me the pay for a project manager for Netflix. Yeah, I don't know that one job description, but it was a project manager for something chemical. I was earning about 350K dollars a year grossly. Now, so they are good pays, depending on the organization you find yourself and the career path you are in. It's just about utilizing your knowledge and maximizing it in every opportunity you find it, every opportunity you get. Now, next question. Is project management used only for building projects? No, 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 Miss Onyebuchi. So sorry, I keep emphasizing. I keep using building project because I'm a civil engineer and I'm planning to do probably a master's on project management in construction. So that's why I keep going back to building. But no, definitely not. Project management is mainly used in Web3, used in the app. It's used in every phase of a job. People who do app creation use project managers. Banks use project managers. Purchasing companies use project managers. Distribution companies use project. Every organization uses a project manager. Every organization has a need technically for a project manager, but we are Nigerian, so we don't actually do the systematic. But in civilized country, every organization has a need for project managers and uses project managers. So no, it is not only applicable to building projects. I just use examples of building project because I'm in the construction field and it is easier for me to express myself. So sorry if I'm giving out the the idea that it's only building project. No, it's not only. It is actually very broad. It is used everywhere and every job phase. Now, what's the methodology all about? I don't know, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim. I don't know the methodology you're talking about. I actually do not know if you're talking about the Scrum methodology or the Agile methodology. But sorry, like I said, would get back to it. It's a step-by-step teaching, and would get to see them in when we proceed in the next course. I think when you get the next week video, you would see it. You don't know if your form has been submitted. Okay, so I am not in charge of the back-end response of that, but I'll reach out to the admin and get to know if your form have been submitted. So please, before continue, you guys should just do us a favor and like this live here to save us, to help us here. So please could like this live that we are on now. Yeah, so we are 20 minutes in. So please do well. We are like 19 people connected, so we should please do well to like. Yeah. Okay, so where are we? Where are we? What's the next question? Okay, your network is not lying. Okay, I think this is something you can always come back to this video. That's why we are doing it on YouTube, so you can have the brevity of time to come back and rewatch it on when you get a better network and when you are probably free. So I'm so sorry that your network is making you miss. You could always drop any question you have on the class group chat and I'll respond to it. Mr. or Mrs. Oniniechi Emmanuel, we are very welcome. So now let's move forward. Where were we? Can we explain various methodologies used for that? As Mr. or Mrs. Let me see the picture. Okay, that's a Mrs. Okay, so the methodology used for project management, you get them in your week 2 and week 3 videos. So I would not talk about it till after our week 2 and week 3 videos. So those videos have been made. They'll be uploaded with due time, probably before tomorrow or Tuesday. So you get the videos, you watch it, and you see the methodology. And if you have more questions, then you can come back. Yeah. Now, Miss Fahami Yasuleman say you can talk about the challenge. You talk about the challenges. Can you expatiate? Sorry, I can't remember the challenges. So if you could just please maybe expatiate on this your question. Expatiate on this your question. I would work on it. Okay, Mrs. Blessing Ayinda, what do I need to become a project manager? I think what you need is what you are doing right now. You just have to learn. To become anything in life, you have to learn, you have to study, you have to master the skills, the act of it. You have to network with people. You need people to manage projects for them. You cannot manage yourself. That's the idea of being a project manager, to take projects. But basically, you just have to learn the basics of it, which you are actually on the course of doing, and it's a bold and nice step that you are taking. So after learning, hopefully you will launch into the market. And I would advise all of you should please create an account on LinkedIn. Just scout around LinkedIn and see, check project managers on LinkedIn, check project manager for Twitter, for Netflix, for Netflix. I know of Netflix because I follow it. Sir? Okay, yeah. So you check that and you get to see a lot of things. Can we explain more on the methodologies? Okay, Blessing, I think I'm done with your question. Yeah, thank you. So I am an aspiring tech project manager. That is very fine. Now, let me. I love this your question, Mrs. Mefele Joy. Yes, Miss Faith. Before you, I think you just joined, so I apologized. The Scrum methodology is a week 2 teaching, so I mistakenly added the it into the questionnaire for week 1. So I'm so sorry. So you get that in the week 2 video. So I'm so sorry, Miss Blessing Ainda. You are very welcome. Now back to Mrs. Joy Imefili. I love this your question. I'm an aspiring tech project manager. Now this is beautiful. Now earlier in my life, I started learning data analysis. I started learning coding to an extent. I started learning web design. I have friends who do that. I started learning what was this other thing, cybersecurity, but I never got through to it. And I realized that I don't necessarily need to have all the tech skill to be a project manager in the tech space. I only have to have basic knowledge about the tech skill, know how to network with people who have the knowledge of the tech skill to be a project manager. And you should find yourself in those spaces. You should network and make friends with people who do the tech. So where's your question? Who does the tech related stuff? Like I have a friend who is a Web3 person. That's what they call themselves. Now he takes projects from crypto communities. Yeah, they give him to build white papers, to do community manager, to be an ambassador for them. I know of this because sometimes he links up and connects with me to manage a group, to manage a project, to be the community manager of such projects. Now, am I a Web3 person? No, I'm not. But I get to get these gigs because my friend is a Web3 person and he knows my capacity in project managing. So it gives me the opportunity to network with them. And over time, I get to pick up things and ideas from the Web3. So you aspiring to be a tech project manager is a very fantastic and wonderful thing. And I hope you get to be that. But you just have to network, learn, and link up with people who already are in the space. So I hope I answer your question, Miss or Mr. Emefiele Joy. Sorry, I can't tell you guys gender from here. And I've apologized to you, Miss Faith Zuka. So we'll come back to sort it out here. Now, Mrs. Jiatsu Glory. So how can you keep yourself valuable and updated with recent development in the field of project management? So how do you keep yourself updated and valuable recent developments in anything you do? Simple. You keep bettering yourself. You keep learning. There's this thing about the day you stop learning, you start dying. The Kinikon popular African proverb. But so sorry. But the thing is this: you keep learning. Obviously, you keep bettering yourself. You keep and putting yourselves in communities which share ideas. And tell you how many groups I'm in with other project managers who I hope would even give me gigs in this Abuja year, and I'm hoping and grateful to God. Now the thing is, sometimes they get a job which is even unpaid, and I go with them. I have a friend Tom, he's a project manager for a NGO here. Now sometimes he gets jobs and he brings me in. Sometimes he brings me in and he does not even pay me, but I go because of the knowledge, one, the connect I'm trying to get from him, and a lot of things I'm actually learning because of the people I get to meet through him. So the thing about bettering yourself, it's just sacrifice. You have to put yourself in places where you'd get better, meet with people who will make you better, and you should be ready to sacrifice your time. You should know that in every tech skill, both the data analysis, the cyber security, the coding. You don't get to make money immediately you finish learning it. That's a mistake a lot of us make. So most times you have to do unpaid internship, you have to do trainees program. You just have to learn. You take when I have a friend who is learning data analysis. He has done Google is it Google Coursera course they call it? Yes, he has done like 3 paid classes. He's still doing as much as he could, just trying to get better and be on top. So for you to be better and be the best in your field, you just have to keep learning and be the best and keep trying to get yourself better. So that's all I can say, Mrs. or Mr. Jetsu Glory. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. So please, is there any other question before we proceed? Are you guys still with me? Can you guys hear me? I'm just talking. I'm talking. How can I check this? So let me try checking. Hi, are you guys still with me? Okay, you can hear me. That's fine. That's fine. I was just trying to check that. Okay, so are we having any more questions? Yeah, is there any more questions? Are there any more questions before we continue? Any more questions before we continue or call it a day? So, is there any more questions? Oh, answer was updated. That's nice. Yeah, so please, is there any more questions or are we good for the week? Okay, welcome, Mr. or Mrs. Jatu Gloria. So sorry, I can't still put the gender to the name. So sorry about that. So any more questions before we continue? Okay, Mrs. Esther say no, Mr. Benga say yes. So who am I following? So Mr. Benga, if you have a question, you should please just let me know. So we know. Okay, Mrs. Mercy says yes. So I'm open and waiting for the question. Yes, so and I do hope you also have answered. You've answered your. Okay, let me redrop the link. You've answered the question here. I would find a way to know if we could get a scoreboard. Yes, sir, but there's a network problem. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It's a general Nigeria issue, so I understand. So you could always revisit the video, watch, and reach out to me. So you could reach out on the group chat so we could get your question answered if you have any. So I'm trying to see if I could get. I just resent the link, the Google Doc again. I'm trying to see if we could get the score sheet for this question for your answers. I think it's a 10 question. So see how you did and know the progress we are making. Okay, so any more questions? I think I'll be class by 8, so I should wrap up before 8 o'clock. Okay. Okay, yeah. So we are back. Sorry, I had to take a call. Okay, so no questions, sir. No questions, sir. Okay, very much. So I hope this was a section we all learned something from. And like I said, if you have any further question from the week one video, you could always feel free to drop your question on the group chat and we'll address it. So thank you very much for coming out to join this live. Oh, we're already 30 minutes in. So we'll have to call it a day. Hopefully we've achieved something. And I think I have another class by 8, so I should call this a day. Thank you all very much for joining and do have a lovely and wonderful week. So thank you very much.